Good morning, Acadiana. Welcome to your Friday, and as Katie just let us know, it is 6:31 now. So we are officially in the last half hour of GMA for a week, getting ready for a weekend. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Dave Baker. You know, I know that we've been talking all morning. Abby Breidenbach, she has been live with us talking about your taxes for 2020 and kind of going.
Tax season just ended.
It does feel like it just ended, but I think there's going to be a lot of changes. People have had a lot of questions, so you guys can go over to KATC.com, and we've answered some of those questions for you. Also, Olaf has made his appearance today because. Thanks a lot, Daniel Phillips. Looks like we are just going to have Olaf as our snowman because we're not going to get to build one.
I've been telling y'all that since Monday.
But that's not what we heard. We didn't hear that from you. We heard snow.
No, y'all heard what you wanted to hear. I've been telling y'all since Monday that there'd be a crack open for it, maybe a slight window opportunity, but it was going to be slight. On Monday, but it has trended the wrong way ever since. Hey, I think we're locked in for cold rain there for Monday morning. There are parts of Louisiana that are going to get some flurries, and I think most of that is going to be North Louisiana. That from about I-190 south, you're probably looking at just cold rain, maybe a little sleet up through northern parts of Acadiana. I think it's I-20 that mostly catches anything fun out there. In the meantime, it's just cold. It's cold and cloudy this morning. Temperature's going to be sitting in the 50s today. Low 50s, about 51 degrees here for the high. Wind chill's going to be down in the 40s. It's cold out here right now. Wind's blowing around out of the north at about 10, 15 miles an hour or so. So we're going to go through the forecast here as we go through the next half hour. We'll talk about what you can expect for the weekend as well. That's all coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Daniel. We have new information this morning in the aftermath of the Wednesday riots on Capitol Hill. A U.S. Capitol police officer has died. Brian Sicknick died last night because of injuries he sustained during the Capitol breach. This increases the death count now to 5, one being a woman who was shot by police, and the other 3 were medical emergencies. Reports are surfacing that Capitol Police initially denied help from federal agents on Wednesday. Pentagon officials say they asked police if they needed the National Guard 3 days before demonstrators breached the Capitol building. Justice Department leaders say they reached out twice on Wednesday to offer FBI agents and were turned down both times. Lawmakers are still calling for an investigation into how the department planned for the day. The chief of Capitol Police has since resigned.
Today will be Education Secretary Betsy Devos' last day in the position. In her resignation letter, Devos blames Wednesday's riots at the Capitol as the reason that she is stepping down. Devos also blaming President Trump for inflaming tensions on Wednesday. She also says that she wants American children to know the country is greater than the events that unfolded. Well, children are more aware of what is going on in our world than we may realize, and what happened at the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, that's no exception. Marie Collins, Executive Director of Family Tree, says that when talking to your children about historic and important events, remember their age and never assume that they haven't heard what's going on. She says get down to their level and ask what they've heard, how this makes them feel, and let them lead the conversation.
You want to meet them where they are. You don't want to have to over-explain it or under-explain it. And so if you ask them, what have you heard, then you can go off of what they know, either whether it's good information or not good information that you can correct.
Collins also says that children, they hear more than we think they hear, and when they get snippets of something, it can be scary for them. Also hard for their brains to process, so you need to talk to them and assure them that everything is fine. And Dave, one way that you can do that is maybe for the younger ones, getting a map out and showing them where Washington, D.C. is, where we're located, because to them, it's all the same.
Yeah, it could be happening, right down the street, but they may not be able to know that. So yeah, getting out a map is a great idea. And it is amazing, Katie, what you were saying is that they know a lot more than what we think. We try to, bubble wrap them and coddle them and make sure that we better turn the TV off. But I think they're already getting it, don't you think?
I think they are, because what's happening is, they may be hearing what mom is saying, and then they may hear something from like another adult or maybe another kid, and their brain's going to process it.
Right.
You just don't know what that process is, like what is getting into there.
It's a good time to have a talk, for sure. Well, a growing number of lawmakers are calling for President Trump to be removed from office either through impeachment or through the 25th Amendment of the Constitution. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer put out a statement denouncing what he's calling, quote, insurrection at the Capitol. In the statement, he says the president should not hold office one day longer. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi joined the call later Thursday.
If the Vice President and the Cabinet do not act, the Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment. That is the overwhelming sentiment of my caucus.
Invoking the 25th Amendment would require Vice President Mike Pence and a majority of the cabinet to vote to remove Trump from office due to his inability to discharge the powers and duties of the office.
And happening this morning, Rouse's is on damage control after a picture posted online showing one of its co-owners at the Trump rally that happened before the Capitol riot. Now, this picture shows Donald Rouse Sr. with former Rouse's HR director at the rally. Now, the original post has since been deleted, but the image is still being circulated all over social media. Angry customers flooding the grocery chain's pages, calling Rouse a traitor and calling on others to boycott the company. In a statement, Rouse, who is said to no longer be involved in the store's day-to-day operations, acknowledges attending the rally, but says that he left before the violence began. He says that he condemns the actions of the rioters who broke into the Capitol, actions that he says left him shocked and saddened. Rouse says that the riots do not represent the country's values or the values of Rouse's.
With your complete forecast, here's KATC meteorologist Daniel Phillips.
We've got temperatures sitting in the 40s across Acadiana, 43 in Lafayette, as well as New Iberia, 42 for Alexandria and Lake Charles. And you've got plenty of cloud cover out there here this morning. It is cold outside. You got winds coming in from the north. They're up at about 10-15 miles an hour so far, gusting up to about 20-25. Lower 40s for Abbeville, Jennings, as well as Opelousas. Wind chill for the most part sitting down in the 30s area wide. Winds out of the north at 12 miles an hour right now, gusting up to about 20, and will probably gust as high as about 25 on the day today. It does stay very breezy, which means that the wind chill is going to remain a factor basically through the day. Staying in the 40s, you can see that at the top of your screen with the feel-like temperature there. By the time we get to noon, feel like temperature is still sitting at about 43, even with the sunshine. So we're going to get the sun through that time period. It will stay in the 40s up through the evening, and with calming conditions tonight, temperatures are going to be allowed to drop. And I think that those temperatures are probably going to fall down right around freezing by early tomorrow morning. I think most places will touch right around 32. Certainly going to be talking some frost out there for early Saturday. We stay clear through the first half of the day Saturday, but some clouds work their way back into the area. They will linger on into Sunday, kind of the first round of cloud cover that gets in, with the showers on the way for Sunday night. 51 degrees for the high. Winds out of the north at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Again, wind chill staying in the 40s. Quick look at your weekend forecast, which is shaping up to be a cold one. Mostly sunny Saturday through the first half of the day with clouds arriving in the afternoon. Chilly throughout the day, though. Lower 50s expected through the next several days and getting down to freezing tonight. We'll talk more about that round of rainfall, and we'll take a look at where you could see some snow in Louisiana. Not necessarily Acadiana, but there are places in the state that could get it, and we'll have that at the top of the hour. 6:38 right now. Temperature is 42 degrees.
Thanks, Daniel. Now to the latest coronavirus numbers. Louisiana reporting over 4,500 new cases of COVID-19 and 47 deaths. 85% of the cases are confirmed and the rest are probable. Statewide hospitalizations and ventilator usage are up. Now here in Acadiana, 6 deaths and almost 1,000 new cases reported. Lafayette leading the region with 313, followed by Calcasieu with 183. Happening tomorrow, Oxnard Lafayette General will begin COVID vaccinations for eligible patients. Patients 70 years of age or older who have been to a facility in the last 90 days have been contacted. The hospital will set up a vaccine site at the Hyman Center in Lafayette. Only patients who've been contacted already can receive a vaccine. No walk-ups are allowed. Free COVID-19 testing will be happening Monday in Lafayette and St. Martin parishes. You can visit each parish health unit from 8 until 3. You can pre-register or have it done on site, and the test results will be available within 3 to 5 days.
Well, new this morning, another Mardi Gras cancellation here in Acadiana due to the pandemic. The City of Rain telling us that their Mardi Gras parade and Mardi Gras balls will not happen this year. Over in Jeff Davis Parish, Lake Arthur police are investigating after a body was found in a pond off of LA 14. Investigators say that Ravis Smith appeared to have drowned, but detectives are still waiting on the initial autopsy report. The drive-through disaster recovery center in Lafayette Parish officially closed. Those who need help can still ask questions and find information online or over the phone. We do have those links and phone numbers on how to do so over on KATC.com/help.
Happening today, Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas will be inaugurated. The ceremony will be held at the Hyman Center at 1 o'clock and it's open to the public. It will also be live streamed on the AOC community media. A Lafayette optometrist is now a member of the State Board of Optometry Examiners. Dr. Gerald Jurdis owns the Family Eye Clinic on Lafayette's north side. He'll serve as an at-large basis. Now, the doctor says he'll use his new position to continue serving the members of his community.
It's an opportunity to give back. I'm passionate about my optometry career. I love what I do, and this is my chance to give back and serve the profession that I love so much.
The time right now is 6:41. Still to come on GMA. We've got a lot coming up in our news. Plus, Daniel has another look at our weather forecast. But first, here's this morning's Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the